Hey Chris, it was great to see you back. There's a few beliefs of the LDS Church that really separate us from other religions, particularly other Christian faiths. We normally don't talk about these things because I think we want to try to be more accepted by our other brothers and sisters of other faiths, but some of these things are very important and we should talk about it because if we don't as members, we lose valuable information and relationships that we should be having. One of which is what I want to talk about today, and that is the fact that we have a Heavenly Mother. I know for some viewers, you're probably thinking, what? We have a Heavenly Mother? Since when? Believe me, I thought the same thing when I first heard it. I remember finding it quite interesting that we not only have a Heavenly Father, but we also have a Heavenly Mother. However, no one talks about her. And that is quite depressing, I believe. Because of this seemingly cultural disdain to mention anything about her, I stopped asking questions and stopped thinking about her because it just seemed like that's the thing that you do. She's there, but who cares? Of course, that's not what we should be doing. We should be trying to foster that relationship with her and talking about her just as we talk about Heavenly Father. I know for many members that feels kind of awkward because they talk about the pearls being thrown before the swine and they don't want, Heavenly Mother's name getting thrown through the dirt like some people do with Heavenly Father's name. But she is a god, and I think she can handle it. I don't think we have to be extremely fragile with that. Honestly, I think she would rather have people have closer relationships with her while other people say things than no one have a relationship with her and no one says anything. Anyway, so for a few years after my baptism, I kind of just stopped thinking about her, as I mentioned. That changed this last year when I started going to Provo. I came across the group Young Mormon Feminists, and people in that group are far more open to talk about her than normal Mormons seem to be. And it is understandable as to why many of these people want to talk about her, because she is a great role model for every single woman there possibly is. I find it quite ironic and sad that our religion, which focuses so heavily on having two parents in the household, completely ignores one of our heavenly parents. So we don't completely ignore her, but it seems that way because besides Mother's Day, when do you ever hear her being mentioned in church? It was during this time that I thought, why don't I start, talking to her? She is my mother in heaven, so why would I not try to do that? Or why not include her in your prayers? I mean, at least that's what I've started doing, and believe me, it's been amazing. For those of you who are LDS or not LDS and have a great relationship with your Heavenly Father, imagine if you didn't have that, how your life would feel. That is how I now view my life without having my relationship with both of my heavenly parents. Something that I now often do is in my prayers, I not only just address Heavenly Father, but I'll say, Dear Heavenly Father and Heavenly Mother, or Dear Heavenly Parents. Because whatever I have to say to my Heavenly Father, I equally need to say to her. We need to remember that Heavenly Father cannot be a god. He is not a god without her, and Heavenly Mother is not a goddess without him. Both are equally important to each other. And so I believe that we need to start focusing on both equally, because when we do that, we can expand our own knowledge and our own spiritual growth and our own relationship with our Heavenly Father and Mother, who can set an amazing example that we can look up to. Anyway, I think this is a very important part of LDS doctrine that we do need to talk about more. Yes, it's probably going to get criticized a lot, but the truth gets criticized. I don't believe everyone needs to become Mormon, but I do believe everyone needs to have a relationship with their Heavenly Father and their Heavenly Mother. I think that is extremely important. You don't have to be Mormon to do that, though. Getting a relationship with my Heavenly Mother has helped me a lot these past 8 months, and I think everyone could benefit from having a relationship with her. I mean, who wouldn't? Anyways, Chris, that's all I have to say. I hope to see a video from you this week, next week. I don't know what our schedule's going to be like this summer. I have a lot of free time, but I'm also being really lazy. Anyway, see everyone, DFTBA. See you next week.